How's it going, everyone? Got a bunch of major PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 game updates. Sega has promised a significant increase in new titles by the end of this fiscal year, of course, ending on March 2023. Dead Space, the remake, has gotten a release date. Now, take it with a grain of salt for now, but hopefully we do get it, and it looks to be coming early 2023. When I say take it with a grain of salt, obviously, we've been talking a lot about delays, Starfield, Redfall just getting delayed. However, this game looks to be progressing along nicely, and honestly, the release window was always a little bit earlier than I had expected, but let's go. We got a release date, and it looks like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order sequel has gotten a name. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first up, Sega has promised a significant increase in new titles by the end of March 2023. This is also including new remakes and remasters of its classic games, as noted on VGC. In a presentation detailing its results for the fiscal year ending March 2022, parent company Sega Sammy reported strong sales of console and PC games, citing an increase profits compared to fiscal year 2021, and also a significant increase in titles, large number of new titles released during fiscal year 2022. This includes a number of new games, as it describes remake, remaster, spin-off, change of theme, of which it says it's planning multiple titles. So there's a lot of things that I would like to see from Sega. Now, Sega has never been one of those publishers that I really looked at and I was like, hey, they're one of the top tier publishers, but to be honest, Sega's been doing a pretty good job. I mean, you look at the Yakuza games, they're publishing Soul Hackers 2 later this year. They've got some good stuff. Sonic Origins Collection, I know some people are a little bit iffy on that, but there's also a lot of other games that I'd like to see, and of course, I always talk of Valkyria Chronicles, and I never really think of Valkyria Chronicles as one of Sega's pillar IPs, but yeah, that's an IP that they publish, and good on them. Valkyria Chronicles is awesome. What I'd love to see is a full-on translation of Valkyria Chronicles 3 and a remaster of that. Valkyria Chronicles 3 was a game that never came stateside, and, you know, it was released in Japan. There's a fan translation online. I played the whole thing with the fan translation, and it's a tremendous, tremendous game. It's a little bit more darker and gritty than the other Valkyria Chronicles games, and the Valkyria Chronicles games outside of VC3 had some darker moments, but VC3 definitely had a little bit of a tonality shift, and I would love to see that game come over stateside. It was obviously released on the PSP, so a remaster would do it good, but even then, I just want to see that game be released. Obviously, that's kind of like a super low-key want, and I don't know how many people are clamoring for VC3, and even if Sega was like, yo, this doesn't make viable financial success for us to remaster a PSP game thinking that it's gonna sell really well. I can understand that, but nonetheless, also, of course, a new Valkyria Chronicles game, a full-on Valkyria Chronicles 5 would be excellent to see. Valkyria Chronicles is just a great franchise that I think deserves more love. I don't know how it does from a commercial standpoint, but we got 4 Valkyria Chronicles in total, so that would tell me it's doing well. However, that is a little bit misleading, since we know that Valkyria Chronicles 1 probably didn't do gangbuster numbers back in 2008. Valkyria Chronicles 2 then got a PSP release. However, then Valkyria Chronicles got a remastered release, and that seemingly did pretty well. So I don't know the exact numbers on how the franchise does, but hopefully it does pretty well. And then obviously, Sega's got a vault of legacy IPs that people, I'm sure, would love to see get a remake, remaster. Jet Set Radio, Skies of Arcadia, you know, there's a lot of stuff that they could put out. Streets of Rage, of course, and of course, they've got a bunch of Sonic stuff in the works, so and Sonic's really killing it right now. That movie did really good at the box office, from what I can tell. I'm not a huge movie guy, but that movie seemingly did pretty well. So Sega on the right track, in my opinion. And yeah, for me, it's some of their lower key releases that really resonate with me. But even then, of course, Yakuza's a major IP, and they're doing great with that, and hopefully Judgment continues on. So we'll see what they've got in store. Alright, moving on from that, Dead Space official Twitter account, January 27, 2023. That is the date. I did a video yesterday just telling people, you know, take release dates with a grain of salt, but it's hard not to get excited for a game like this. I loved Dead Space back in 2008. I just thought it was a fantastic game, and I like Dead Space 2 even more. Maybe that's like a little bit of a hot take, but I thought Dead Space 2 was excellent as well. Dead Space getting a full-on remake from Motive Studio, and hopefully this means that, you know, Dead Space is an IP that EA will continue to invest in, because really felt like it got its the legs cut from underneath it, especially because Dead Space 3 kind of took the franchise in a different direction and wasn't really that great, and then they, after one poor release, like, you're gonna drop the IP altogether for this long? When did Dead Space 3 come out? Like 2013, 2012? It's been a long time since the release of Dead Space 3, so 9 years later, the IP finally returns with a full-on remake, and this remake has been shaping up fantastic. It looks like sound design is something that they are really emphasizing, and that element of the game looks great. I just think there's a lot of potential here, and hopefully it does turn out pretty well. You know, of course, from a release date standpoint, these days I'm getting a little bit more pessimistic with these kind of things, as we, you know, just heard yesterday, Starfield and Redfall getting delayed. But now that they have a specific release date with the Dead Space remake, and always that spring 2023 window, or early 2023 window, I think is what they said. That seemed a little early to me, but hey, if they can get it done, if they can get a high quality game out, and if it is ample enough time for them to do this game, more power to them, and obviously it's going to be a game a ton of people are going to check out, so super excited to see how that game turns out. And then lastly, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is getting a follow-up title by the looks of it, being done by Respawn, the developers of the first game. VentureBeat reporter Jeff Grubb made the claim during his premium Giant Bomb show, Grubb Snacks, and he noted that Grubb teased that he was aware of the title of the sequel, and after a member of the chat guessed the subtitle Survivor, Grubb replied, "Star Wars Jedi Survivor, you got it, you nailed it, well done." So that's the name for Star Wars Jedi, I guess you would say Fallen Order 2, but it's Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Excited for that, man. I thought Jedi Fallen Order was a great game. As much as I constantly harp on the map, that game was very good. I thought the combat was really good. I thought visually it was really good. I thought it played really well, especially on the PlayStation 5 with that upgrade. But yeah, I thought Respawn did a tremendous job with that game, and it's nice to see Respawn kind of have a complete turnaround and really become one of EA's pillar studios that they rely on after the success of Apex Legends, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order doing really well, because I look back at Titanfall 2, that game just being done absolutely dirty, and even that game being fantastic, getting a little bit of a revitalization and people realizing how great that game was. People that played it at launch knew that it was very good, but it just had so much competition in-house from EA as well, and yeah, Respawn got done dirty with that, but nice to see them continue to be, you know, continuing to grow as a studio and becoming one of the premier studios in all of gaming. I don't think that's a stretch to say. I mean, when you're putting out, you know, think of what you will about free-to-play games, but Apex Legends has been relatively popular. Sure, it didn't sustain the level of hype it initially had, but it's still a very popular game, and Jedi Fallen Order did really well, and now we have a follow-up title, good stuff from Respawn, and it does look like the game will be releasing in 2023. There was rumblings of the game being targeted for 2022, but looks like this is going to be a 2023 game, which honestly, you know, Jedi Fallen Order came out in 2019, I want to say. Yeah, 2019, so 4 years between sequels. That's not that crazy. That's actually beating out a lot of game sequels by a year, if we're looking at, you know, a lot of the PlayStation titles like God of War, Horizon. There's usually a 5-year window. This having a 4-year window, I think that's fine, and actually a quicker turnaround than we've come to expect, at least from my recollection. But that's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Again, Sega saying they're planning multiple new titles by the end of March 2023. Hopefully they've got a lot of quality stuff in the works. Dead Space Remake, January 27, 2023 is the date. Let's hope that sticks. And then just Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the follow-up is looking to be called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That's going to do it for me. Again, sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.